It started with an argument so small, it could have been avoided. I simply asked my wife where she was headed that evening. Not because I wanted to control her, not because I didn't trust her. I asked because I cared. But instead of answering, she snapped at me. Her eyes narrowed and her voice cut sharper than a knife. "It's not your business where I go." Those words hit me harder than she realized. Not my business. We were married. We shared a life, a home, finances, dreams, or so I thought. And suddenly, I was being told I had no right to even ask where she was disappearing to at night. The disrespect was blatant, but what cut deeper was the realization that she had something to hide. Still, I let it go in the moment. I didn't want to start a shouting match. I simply nodded, told her to be careful, and watched her walk out the door. Inside, though, my suspicions grew louder than ever. For weeks, she had been distant, constantly glued to her phone, guarding it like it held state secrets. She had late-night work meetings that didn't add up, excuses that crumbled under the slightest pressure. And now, this. The house was silent after she left, but my thoughts weren't. I paced the floor, glancing at the clock. An hour passed. 2 hours. 3. By the 4th hour, my anger started to fade into something colder, resignation. Maybe she truly didn't care about this marriage anymore. Maybe she thought I was too weak, too loyal, too dependent to ever do anything about it. But then at the 5th hour, my phone rang. Her name flashed on the screen, and I answered immediately. Her voice on the other end wasn't arrogant anymore. It wasn't dismissive. It was panicked, trembling. "Please, I need you. Come get me." My heart dropped. She was crying, her words broken between sobs. I asked where she was, and she gave me an address I didn't recognize. I drove as fast as I could, not knowing what I would find. When I arrived, I saw her standing outside a bar, mascara streaked down her face, clutching her purse like it was the only thing she had left. She climbed into the car and broke down completely. Between sobs, the truth spilled out. She had gone. To meet the man she'd been secretly seeing, the same friend she always swore was nothing. They had argued that night, and he had left her stranded. When she called him for help, he blocked her. She had no one else to turn to, so the same husband she had dismissed hours before was now her only option. I sat there in silence as she cried, her words tumbling out. Apologies, excuses, promises that it meant nothing, that she was just confused. She begged me to forgive her, to take her home, to pretend it never happened. But as she spoke, all I could hear were her words from earlier that evening. "It's not your business where I go." She was wrong. It was my business. Marriage makes it my business. Loyalty, respect, trust. That's what I had given her, and in return, she had given me lies. The next morning, I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I calmly placed divorce papers on the kitchen table along with a note. "Where you go is no longer my business, and where I go will never again include you." Her face went pale as she realized I wasn't bluffing. In court, the evidence spoke louder than her tears. I had messages, screenshots, and even her own confession from that night. She tried to fight, to paint herself as misunderstood, but the truth crushed her every attempt. The man she had risked it all for? He was gone before the ink on the papers dried. He wanted her in secret, not in reality. And once she was free, he vanished, leaving her alone in the ruins of the life she had destroyed. Months later, I heard she was struggling. Bills piling up, her so-called friends gone, and that other man nowhere in sight. She had traded love for lust, loyalty for lies, and respect for regret. And all she had left were memories of the husband she once told it wasn't his business to care. As for me, I rebuilt. I found peace in knowing I walked away with my dignity intact. My revenge wasn't loud or dramatic. It was simply living, free from a woman who mistook betrayal for independence. And the irony? The same night she told me it wasn't my business, she learned the hard way that I was the only one who ever truly cared where she went.